Jackson Galaxy doesn't like using robotic litter boxes. Why? Well, he has a few reasons, and I'm gonna discuss every single one of them and show you why I think they're kind of irrelevant. I do appreciate Jackson Galaxy a lot, but it doesn't mean that everything that he says I agree with. Now, a quick FYI, nobody is paying me to make this video. The company of the robotic litter box that I bought are not paying me anything. I just got it on Amazon because I read some good reviews, and if you also want to see it, then check out the link in the description. But sadly, nobody's paying me to make this review. So let's dive right in.
Now, I wish I could take credit for this, but I can't. No, this came from a friend of mine's veterinarian, and they called the litter box a report card of your cat's health. That's really cool when you think about it, because it really is. If you're using one of these automated litter boxes, it basically, when you're not looking, just gets rid of the evidence, gets rid of everything that tells you about what's going on with your cat.
Okay, Jackson is saying that if you use this thing, you're not gonna know if your cat is sick. But is it true? Well, I think just the opposite. One, the poop and the pee, it doesn't disappear. It just goes into a separate compartment. You can and you should still look there at least once a day, if not more, to see what your cat was doing and to see if there are any signs of blood or diarrhea or anything like that.
You can't even take a fecal sample into your vet to show them and have them run it because it's gone.
Also, because it doesn't disappear, you can still get a sample out of it. You can still get the same samples that you would from a regular litter box. It's just being separated. If you have a multi-cat household, maybe it's even better, because then your next cat might not be stepping inside of something that's contaminated with bacteria or parasite from your first cat. Now, another benefit that helps you track your cat's health using those robotic litter boxes is that most of them are connected to your phone with an app. And they're going to tell you how much your cat weighs, so you can actually see if your cat is getting too heavy or losing a lot of weight. Because to be honest, most people, including me, don't weigh their cat on a regular basis at home. So using something like that can actually give you a lot of information on your cat's health. Also, it tracks the number of times your cat goes in and out of the litter box, and also how long your cat spent inside of the litter box every time he went in. So if you see in the app that he goes in and out non-stop, or if he stays there for a lot longer than the usual, it tells you something about your cat's health. Most people will place the litter box in a location where they're not actually going to see what the cat is doing. So you're getting much more information even if you're not seeing your cat. The app is going to tell you.
Next thing is the sort of Murphy's Law of anything that plugs in and has a cleaning cycle after your cat leaves it. And I'm saying this not because, I bet you this could happen. And think about your car. How many engineers and designers, got together to make your car work, and it still inevitably will break down.
Yes, it can malfunction. And yes, cars were designed by many more engineers, and they've been around for much longer than this litter box, and they still malfunction from time to time. And guess what? We still use them. Why? Because it's very convenient. So the litter box does have all kinds of safety measures. For example, if the cat goes in while it's moving, it's going to detect him and it's going to stop. Or if the cat is already inside, it's going to sense his movement and his weight, and it's not supposed to start working. Oh, and there's also a delay between the cat going in, or actually between the cat coming out of the litter box, and until it starts working to clean itself up. But let's say it malfunctioned. Yes, of course, anything that is electric can burst into flames, but you can say that about your phone as well. And again, we use phones. But let's say something more specific. Let's say that it doesn't detect that your cat is inside. What will happen? It will continue moving, and it will open up the compartment that's on the bottom where the poop goes. And your cat, if for whatever reason isn't motivated enough and didn't jump out, he's just gonna fall into that compartment, which is a few inches deep. The motor itself that turns this thing is not strong enough to actually break your cat. Of course, accidents can always happen, but I have to say that even as a veterinarian, I didn't hear anything that happened with something like that.
There's always the chance that it will go off while your cat's in there. And I'm telling you, the one time that ever happens to your cat, not only will they not go back in that box, but they might have trouble with boxes, period, after that. Because just the smell of the cat litter, the sort of act of getting into a box to eliminate, there is guilt by association, and they may just decide not to do it. And
now he also says that it might create a negative association if something bad happens, like if it malfunctions while the cat is inside, and then the cat is not going to use it anymore. And that's true. But guess what? It's also true about any type of litter box. If your cat has a urinary tract infection and it hurts when he or she pees in it, then now they're going to associate using the litter box with that pain, and it will start urinating around the house. Also, if there was a very loud noise, or if one of the other cats was stalking your cat when he was using the litter box, again, your cat will now have this negative association between the litter box and whatever happened, and will not use the litter box anymore. So you don't really need any moving parts or any malfunctions to create aversion from litter boxes, and this is actually, sadly, pretty common.
another reason I don't like automated litter boxes is because they all, for the most part, nope, I'm lying, not all of them, but most of them are enclosed. And some of them are enclosed to the point where a cat really has to get their way in there. It's enclosed on all sides. If you have multiple cats in the home, you know I tell you guys never to put lids on your boxes, because the last thing your cat wants is to be surprised when they're in the litter box.
Okay, true. It is enclosed, and some cats hate it, and it might not be the best thing for some cats to use, especially in a multi-cat or multi-pet household. But what if you only have one cat and your cat is actually okay using an enclosed litter box? Why not use it? It should fit most of the cats. I have a kitten, so that's why I added these steps for him. But most adult cats will fit in nicely. It will not cause any issues while they're doing their business. If you have a humongous 20-pound cat or 10, 12 kilogram cat, that might be too small for your cat. But for most cats, it's going to be okay. And by the way, even in a multi-cat household, many times there's not a problem using it, but it's a trial and error. And because it's more expensive and it ends up not being effective for your cat, then you might want to consider something else. If you have the money and you can afford something like this, which by the way is not crazy expensive, but much more expensive than an actual litter box with just litter inside. If you want to give it a try, then do it, even in a multi-cat household.
I just don't like the idea that we are going to spend all this money and all this, and still, by the way, it's effort, you know? I mean, anyone who's had to clean one of those Omega Paws or Litter Maid receptacles, it's nasty. And it doesn't just like, plunk, here you go, and it's like a gumball machine. It gets stuck there, you gotta just wipe it out a lot of times. It's just as gross as whatever idea you have about having to scoop and do something with what you scoop out.
Yes, poop and pee are gross, but that's exactly why I got it, because I want to scoop less than I did before. And it does do that. It will scoop the poop and the clumped pee for me, and then I don't have to do it. I still need to clean it. I still need to take the trash out with all the clumps that fell into that separate compartment, but it still saves me a lot of time. So yes, using an automatic litter box and not using it, in both of these cases, you're probably gonna have to clean. But with an automatic litter box, you're gonna do it less. Me and Breadstick would like to thank you for watching this video and will appreciate it if you like and subscribe. He's really tired right now because this is actually the second time that I'm making this video. The first one, apparently the camera didn't record anything, and he was actually going in and out of the litter box demonstrating how he's using it. But now he's all tired. So in the meanwhile, while he's resting, why not watch this video next?